you got it.
Right.
You really got it.
Right.
Between the two of you guys, man.
Well, and I think it's just that clinical experience. You just tinker with trying to help people, and it just kind of boils down to the same stuff. So, yeah.
That was great. And that's exactly the approach. One of the reasons I love what Johnny does and what you're teaching now is that was always my approach. Always. I mean, that was it. It was high levels of clean protein, lots of vegetables. I would eat fruits, very little grains. I'd have a sweet potato here and there, you know. Which
very Vince
but
Garunda.
that was it,
yeah.
and man, it worked. I mean, that's
it really worked.
Success.
It's the first time now that I've never been able to. I've always been kind of skinny fat, and finally I was like, oh, this is it. Like it's finally been able to and now I'm lifting more than I've ever lifted. Like all these barriers are just fucking disappearing.
Yeah,
and I'm like, oh my God, like all that was needed was a kind of a structure, a system to be placed around it.
Huge.
That would be like, this is actually working. Like before that, the kind of loose fuck around, do whatever flopping around.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, I could do that. Again, we were talking about how CrossFit doesn't solve the problem because it won't measure your progress for you.
Right.
Or periodize. Put an emphasis on strength and all the rest of that.
And you could be doing deadlifts 2 days in a row. Really bad idea, probably. Like really heavy deadlifts 2 days in a row because some guy decided that's a good thing to do. You know, so.
Well, and that's where all the good coaches in the CrossFit scene end up using some sort of a periodized strength and conditioning deal, and then you tackle it like getting an MMA fighter ready. Then you start grafting on the appropriate endurance element, but the technicality and the strength needs to be there. Strength before strength, endurance always. So, yeah.
But it's great though, and also part of some of those barriers are probably being taken down as a result of just losing much of the inflammation. I mean, for me, the inflammation piece. I mean, just battling it along the way, but keeping it to a minimum compared to many of my contemporaries. I mean, it's like, God, man, the injuries were abound. I mean, and just as a result of eating cleaner all the time. Not just for competition, but it was just able to eliminate a good part of the injury and the inflammation that stems from it.
Did you win this universe?
It was 1986.
1986. My God, you're older than you look.
I'm 52 right now.
Yeah.
Getting there, man.
I'm gonna try,
thank you, brother.
I'm going to try I'll keep you.
And early model, low mileage.
There you go.
Are you 40?
I'm 40,
You
yeah.
just turned 40.
Yeah,
Right?
like
Exactly.
a couple of,
Yeah,
couple
you could
months
be in your
away.
20s too, man.
Yeah, it's true. It's really like, I'm starting to notice people in my 30s now, and they're like, oh, I'm 32, I'm 33, I'm 32. And I'm like, you do not look the way I look.
And my 20-year high school reunion was
Yeah.
something else.